We all know that the world is changing dramatically. Industries are moving from one continent to the next and so on. And so cities have to think, what is their purpose and function and role? And if everything is changing, you have to ask afresh, who am I? What can I do? What is my industry? What are the skills I've got? And so on. And that requires all of us to think afresh. Creativity doesn't mean you throw away everything, it just means at least being open to saying, can we do this differently? But one thing that we really need to bring in is the vast population groups we have who are often excluded. This could be ordinary citizens, it could be businesses, it could be the civic sector and the universities. Because essentially, cities are a collective endeavour. And if it's a collective endeavour, we need to find ways of bringing these people together. And once you do that, it's difficult sometimes, but actually things begin to spark. The digitised world, on the one hand, gives us vast opportunities, and it's a nomadic world too. You can be here, there, everywhere. And this fragments us to some extent, and our centre of being is sometimes fractured. Now that means that sometimes our concentration is not clear. And therefore, it's not surprising that there's this global movement about mindfulness, which really only says, hey, can we slow down and think? And we need to actually make an effort to do that. There is something, for example, called the digital detox movement, where you make sure your mobile phone is not there, you're not distracted, you can think clearly. And because the complex issues and problems of the world are very difficult to solve, you really need to provide these opportunities. And this is one of the dilemmas of the potential of the globalized digital world. Well, I mean, quite clearly we do interact obviously through the digital world, and there are lots of interactions we wouldn't have necessarily had. However, that is the reason, because you're asking that question, why place matters as never before. The more we move, the more place and anchorage matters. Where am I anchored? And so the challenge for cities is to create a sort of public realm, public space, where more and more places, meeting places can occur. Obviously a cafe is a meeting place, but there are more other types of meeting places where people of different backgrounds can be together, perhaps work together and so on. So gathering together in ways where we can be more intimate with each other is absolutely, as you say, one of the key things to also then ultimately help make good decisions for the city. But also this meeting is also about you developing a new project, a new business or whatever. The main thing about this conference is, although it's about intelligent cities and smart cities, and a lot of it is the organisations around here are a lot to do with new technology, the key thing is that they are enabling, that these technologies are enabling and empowering people. Now, quite clearly, what we hope will happen is that individuals from Puebla or other places are inspired by what they see to think through, we could develop some of these technologies ourselves. We could adapt them perhaps to the Mexican context if it's some global company, etc., etc. We can Mexicanize some of these things, and I think it's an important issue you're raising, because you don't just want Google and PayPal and Amazon to control the world. You want variations which are locally distinctive. And the globalization process we're in, this is one of the massive issues. Global, local, yes, but both together. But I also want to be myself. I don't just want to absorb everything from somewhere else.